So we've had a good look at Bruce's winch and checked everything out, and everything's good. So now all we've got to do is put it back on the boat. So we're going to show you how we do that and how we waterproof it to stop any water getting in and damaging the gearbox.
We prep everything up first, make sure everything's well greased, and with the magic goo, which is Loctite LB771, which is your never sees, for all the nuts and bolts, and I spray everything with Lanatec liquid lanolin. If it moves, I spray it, or if it doesn't move, I spray it.
I've got to be careful. Well, we don't wear skimpy bikinis. Hell, it frightens me when I take my shirt off. There's definitely no one pregnant here. This is motor sailing for old dudes. We do live on a boat, and we do cruise extensively along the Australian coast. Join us and visit some great destinations. Learn how to look after a boat and live off grid. It might even get you enthused to do the same thing. Hey, stay out there till you can't. Now you want me to get down and do that?
Oh, I can do it, that's alright.
You sure?
Yeah. Just think it through. What I might need to get you to do is lift that up. Actually, you grab an extension because it's going to be so much easier. If you can hold that still.
So what we're doing, we're putting everything on, putting it all together, and then the top plate here, you can see we've got it up in the air, so we'll get everything together, and then we're going to put a lot of sicker around here to seal it up, like we showed you in the other video, and then drop it down in the sicker, and that should seal it up and stop any water getting from here down to here.
This direction.
tighten the clutch up. All we've got to do to finish it off is bring the chain up through the spooling pipe out to the anchor and put that cover on. And we just noticed the old model, the cover on them is about twice as heavy as the new model, and on my windlass the chain came up and got a knot in it and it bent that cover, so it definitely wouldn't bend this cover, but on my cover it just bent it. So yeah, go back to the old style, I think, Muir. Well, that's how we installed Brucey's winch. Lots of sicker. Make sure if you're doing it that you sicker up all of the holes leading from the top of the winch plate down to the deck level, especially the chain counter hole. If you haven't got a chain counter on your winch, make sure you sicker up that hole that leads from underneath the chain gypsy down onto the top of the winch, because that's where the water got into mine. So make sure you sicker that one up. Look, I hope that those couple of vids have helped you. If you haven't seen the one on in the first one of this series, have a look up here. I'll put a link for it, but you can see what happened with the winch and why we did it. And yeah, if you've got a Muir winch and it's making a little bit of noise, once again have a look at it, because it's quite expensive if you've got to replace that gearbox. Anyway, I'm waiting for the gearbox now from Muir, so they're supplying me new one. It's the weekend. I've got to go down and pick it up after the weekend, and we'll put my winch back together, and then I've got to figure out whether I'm going to put that winch back on or maybe go for something a bit bigger. So we'll work that out down the track. Anyway, dudes, I hope you've enjoyed that video, and there'll be a couple of cruising ones up this week as well, so not just all how-tos. Anyway, take it easy and check that winch.